Slow down. All right. All right, welcome everybody to TikTok, to my live. Today's live. It's me again. Welcome back. Hello. How are we today? So I finished my lioness. I finished it yesterday and I baked it, so it's nice and hard. Thanks for the likes and the follow. Much appreciated. So this is going to be the lioness. And we've got the lion, the male lion as well. So there's the duo. I think it's looking pretty good. I went for different expressions with this one. You got out of the mental hospital. What have you been there for? Is that air dry clay? It's Sculpting Original, so it's polymer clay. So you need to bake it in the oven. But you have to condition it, and it could be a bit hard on the old hands. But it's Sculpting Original, so it's a softer clay. It comes in sort of slabs like this. And then you're going to condition it to work with it, basically. You did something stupid. That's not nice to hear. Let's not do it again. Pick up some clay. Do some sculpting. Or drawing, whatever you like. Oh. Just move it back a little bit so I can see the comments properly. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a bit of leopard seal sculpting. I've sculpted the jaw pieces, which is going to be a movable jaw, so it's going to sort of look like that. Yeah, so this is a condition piece. You love seeing me sculpt, that's good. Still got a bit of sculpting to do. I'm going to do all the paws for these cats. Yeah, do the leopard seal. I'm going to sculpt the Gila monster as well, just to torture myself a little more with the scale work, like the chameleon. But I think it'll look really good. It looks like it'll be a fun doll to make. So we'll do that. I've got the armature ready for the Gila monster and the eyes. So I've got a really basic shape to begin with. that's going to look good. So I'm just going to condition. Also got the eyes ready for the leopard seal too. I painted them yesterday, so, and the armature, so we're good to go. I always leave the paws till last. I haven't decided if I want to do open paws for the yawning cat or not. So like, you know, stretchy paws or closed paws, not sure. I'm thinking stretchy, but I'm going for a Siamese kitten, I think, a blue point. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting kitten vibe. So let's go for the Siamese. Can't wait to see how it looks. Yeah, me too. So I've got a few things on at the moment. So the leopard seal's not really as much work, I don't think, as the rest of them, because I only have to sculpt the head. That's about it, really. But I will be airbrushing the body. All the pattern work on it. And then I got 2 more cats to sculpt for my Action Cat series. So all up, I should have 4, 5, 6, 7 dolls on the go. So that'll be interesting. I like to have a few dolls on the go at one time. All right, let's dive into this next block. So see how it kind of comes crumbly? You have to sort of condition it to be able to work with it. Thanks for the follow. So that's why I like working with softer clays, because I can sort of scrunch it and condition it a bit faster. You can also use a pasta roller if you're using like harder clays, like Super Sculpey or Sculpey Firm, Cos Clay as well. Cos Clay, I use a pasta roller quite a lot to condition it because it's just too hard on the hands. It's really, I don't know, I really like working with Cos Clay, but oh, thank you for the rose. Oh, thanks. Thanks. All right. So this is the armature piece for the top of the leopard seal. And then the jaw will sit in there. So I'm just going to flatten this out a little bit. So because it's quite curved, so it needs somewhere to sit in. So I'm just going to flatten it, make sure it's sitting, it can sit properly in there. And as usual, I've got reference images up on my computer to make sure I'm getting everything looking good. So that'll sort of sit in there like so. But I'm going to cover this with a layer of clay first. I've got the eyes, so I painted up some cabochons as well. It's always handy to stick them on some sticky tape so you can paint them and they won't move around too much. But all right. So I'm going to cover it with a layer to begin with. And I don't need an armature for the bottom jaw. I'll just sculpt that. And it's going to be a movable jaw too. I love Duke of Whiskers. Oh, thanks. I do offer payment plans as well to make it easier. I know they're not the cheapest things in the world, so I try to be really flexible with payment plans. And most people do that. He's a funny looking cat. I'm going to do another stop motion with him soon when I get the chance. I got a good little, I guess you could call it a script. A little script. They're only like, 5 to 10 seconds. Hey, honey bunny. Everyone's broke. It's so bad, right? Me too. I'm gonna start making money from TikTok again. I wish I could. We don't have the program here. It's so annoying. You're gonna make some poems. See ya. Have fun. My allergies are so bad. I don't really have allergies. I can't sympathize. It's winter here. Well, it's autumn. Yeah, I can only make it from live. So, okay, I thought you might have been in the States. Yeah, it's hard to make it from live. It's really dependent on, TikTok sharing, actually, figuring out your live. Some lives are really just get like an awful, like no one comes in. Got to do stuff for gifts. Yeah, like what though? I just sculpt stuff. And it's like you can't really sculpt, like power sculpt things. It takes time. So I can't be like take sculpting requests, Made quite a bit of money off that. Well, that's good. All right. I just make art dolls and try and find my people. Really. Yeah, I don't know. I refuse to be like, send me gifts, beg people for gifts. I'm not doing it. I'm just trying to get my stuff out there. Find my people. All right, so we're adding the jaw. Be careful not to press too hard. No, art dolls make you, well, if you sell them, that is. If you sell them. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more difficult than what it was. People are really struggling at the moment, so they can't just go and dump money on a weird doll. Yeah. But I make a bit of money doing. I do YouTube videos. Got a Patreon, all that sort of stuff. Doing the lives, make a little bit. But I mainly just want to make stuff. Really, make stuff, find my people. All right, so just trying to even everything up a little bit. I'm tired. Should have a nap. Nanny nap. So this is going to be the movable jaw. So it's sort of going to look like that. Yes. Sorry, I had a mental blank then. Yes, it's going to be the movable jaw. Basically use a joint for it, so probably about there. Just make sure it sits right. This is a much smaller version too. It's almost 10 p.m. I'm confused. Just go to bed, maybe. I don't know. 10 p.m. It's almost 1 p.m. here in the afternoon. I'm just gonna push that bit down. All right, let's do our reference. Okay, so we need to build like a lip line around it. 10 a.m. I thought you said 10 p.m. Sorry. Oh, really? Wow, you're like super far behind. just going to do a quick little video. I'm just going to pause the guys. I'm going to do a quick video of this little step here. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, we're back. Sorry. All right, now we are going to build up. We're going to build up this part here a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit of clay to that. Thank you so much for the follow. So I just rip off a little bit of clay and start building that up. So for the other leopard seal, I added a bit of fabric at the back just to close the gap that you're going to get with the movable jaw, and sort of painted it up the same color. So this step is all about building up basically a form before adding any extra details. Okay, and as usual, just check. So the leopard seals have a very prominent jawline, I should say. So we always have to check it's sitting correctly. So I sculpted this beforehand, and they're baked, so they're nice and hard. They won't move anywhere. All right. Now I'm going to add a little bit more to the tip here, and then I can start building up maybe that lip line. Just a tad to the tip, I think. And they have quite a rounded tip too. So I basically like to start with the mouth first before, doing things like the eyes, and then I sort of move up from there. So I use it as like a nice solid base. Okay. Now they're sort of from here. It's very sort of square, and then it rounds off a bit here. Down there, sort of rounds off. Okay, so I'm going to do, let's check out. So I'm going to put just a tiny bit on top of the head before I start adding some details to the bottom. YouTube is very dead today. Okay, so I'm just going to add, turn the camera on actually. I'm just going to add a little bit of volume here at the back. And yeah, I'm going to try and keep my dolls small from now on. No more big dolls. Big dolls are cool, but they're just a lot to handle. And they take a lot of material. They take a long time to sculpt. They're cool, but time consuming. Okay. Start blending it. This is why I like working with soft clays. I like to blend in by smudging. Smudging around. Okay. Sort of starting to take a bit of shape now. Let's move the line there. A little bit of shape. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit here too, because going to roll it into a little noodle, sausage roll, let's say. And just place that there. Smudge it around. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. I feel like the sharing is what gets the live out a bit more. Like it starts off okay sometimes and then it just, so to speak. All right. It's a bit off center, so I'm just moving it up a bit. Center. Okay. Now let's do the lip line. So for the lip line, I'm going to roll out this bit of clay. I'm going to flatten it out. And I don't really have a muzzle bit, so I'm going to flatten it out like this so I can sort of wrap it around and create a that little lip line. And because it's a movable jaw, I have to make sure it's going to sit nicely and look nice, both open and closed. So just going to lace it in there to begin with. It's like a quick little method to create like lips, a lip line on an animal, I guess. Sometimes you have to do it differently if they have little like grooves like this. I do it in 2 parts. All right. Now we want, actually I'm going to peel that off and move it down a little bit. All right. Just need a little more on this side here. All right. So that's sort of the lip line, kind of. Probably have to bring it down. Right. It's me. Hello. Okay. It's sort of starting to look like it. How are you today? All right. I'm good. I finished my lion. Very angry, but turned out pretty good. There you go. I baked it last night too, so it's nice and solid. And now we're working on a leopard seal. So, right, we want to move some of this back here. Too thick for my liking. Yep. Killer, this is so sad. What's sad? That I got no viewers. You calling me a killer? It's Paul McClay, man. Come on now. Get that gap. It's all fake, mate. Fake taxidermy. It's Paul McClay cotton. Faux fur, you name it. It's not real. It's Paul McClay. Beautiful. That looks looking a bit better. Still think it's a bit too thick here. I'm going to do like slightly open nostrils as well, as opposed to closed. So just trying to thin this out to get a better form, if that makes sense. Some people say some really weird things sometimes. What am I making? So this one's going to be a leopard seal. So this is the leopard seal commission. It's a small, much smaller doll than the other one that I did. But yeah, we're coming along nicely. So I'm just sort of comparing with my reference images. So this one has a movable jaw as well. So it's going to have to look good from both open and closed angles. So I have to sort of constantly refer back to my reference images to make sure everything's symmetrical, looking good. All right, so I'm just going to add a bit of clay to the bottom jaw. Then I can sort of start, thanks to the repost too, I can sort of start adding some more detail work. So they've got quite a pronounced jaw as well. It's quite thick, so we have to keep that in mind. All right. So roughly shape it out into a really rough shape. Then I'm going to get my lower jaw part that I sculpted and sort of start pushing it into place. Gently. I don't want to break what I have sculpted. Have you seen Good Omens? Is that the show or a movie? I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. No. Marie. I don't have time to watch TV these days. I think the last thing I watched was House of the Dragon. It's a show. No, I haven't. I've heard of it though. Yeah, the last one I watched was House of the Dragon. I do want to make the dragons. Some of. One day I'll get there. Okay, so that's kind of a lower jaw. So these will be baked separately, and then when they're baked, I'll put them together. So yeah, don't need to be pushed back a bit because it's a lot thinner here. It's good and sad. What's it about? I've heard people like say that's on their watch list. Angel and Demon? Yeah, okay. Alright. I think the shape's looking okay. So the tip goes sort of really high up here. A gay angel and demon? Yeah, okay. My time for TV shows is like so limited. I'm waiting for the next season of House of the Dragon, which I think is next year. Someone with a pink profile picture thought you killed animals and said kill. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I asked them and then they disappeared. So I don't know. I had the Barbie one. I've had it many times before. It's fine. I'm like, are you calling me a killer? It's literally polymer clay. You can see I'm sculpting it. Come on now. It happens a lot. People just like come in and say that, and then I, explain. I suppose, yeah, it is a compliment. They look real, right? Can't fault that. All right. That's just a tad thick. Some people say some weird things. I haven't had, when I first started doing live streams, there was a lot of like creepy dudes coming on, just being like creepy dude trolls, saying weird stuff, which hasn't really happened too much as of late. But that's what happens when you're on the internet, right? You're going to get stuck with people that are weird, creepy. Have you heard of Our Flag Means Death? No. Is that another TV show? I have not. Yep. No, I haven't. What's that one about? Okay. Sometimes there's a little bit of back and forth with, trying to get things to line up and where I'm going to get this to sit as well. Well, you made those so cool. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I make fake taxidermy pieces. Gay pirates, no. You like the gay shows, huh? That's fine. That's cool. I don't have any recommendations. I can't think of any. You're part of the gay community? Nice one. Okay, I'm just going to push that in a little bit, I think. You're pansexual, non-binary. I've got a non-binary friend. It was really hard to stop saying she. I just forget sometimes. I try really hard, though. I'm getting the hang of it. I reckon I'm an ace sometimes. Hey, Mark, how are you? I'm just going to fill this gap here with a little bit of clay. Let's try that. Oh, thanks. Well, there's no point being rude, right? No point being an a-hole. Your job is so cool. I wish it was my full-time job, but alas, it's not. It's just kind of like a part-time. Unfortunately, can't live off it. Are you in the States? That'll be kind of hard for you. I can't remember. I think you said you were. That's not a great place to be, especially part of that community. Thanks for the likes. Really just trying to get the structure right on this before I move on. Sometimes it's a bit of fiddling around. Where do you live? I'm in Australia, in Melbourne. Bit more of a progressive state sometimes. Sometimes. Still jerks around here though. Don't get me wrong. Speaking of jerks. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I got a bit of a cheeky sense of humour, so sorry, like Hunt. It's subtle. It's a subtle sense of humour. Sometimes a bit mean. All right, where is this sitting roll? To bring this down a little bit. Are you using polymer clay? Yes, this is Sculpey Original. My fave. Thanks for the follow. What am I making now? I'm working on a leopard seal. So this one's a commission piece. So they wanted a smaller leopard seal. So just sort of trying to get the structure to begin with. You're mean to the ones I'm mean to the ones that can take it. Whatever makes you sleep at night. I used to be a lot meaner, but not anymore. I can take it. You're on a list. I don't blame you. What inspired you to do this? It just sort of happened, really. I did a lot more fantasy things. I've been doing this for like 13 years. I've been doing a lot more fantasy stuff when I first started. Just sort of happened, if that makes sense. I did a few projects for the Calgary Zoo to do like tabletop size replicas that they can use in their educational programs. And I kind of liked making realistic animals, so I still make fantasy ones, but I do more realistic fake taxidermy pieces now. And I like animals too, so it's always nice to be able to bring awareness, you know. An excuse to poke. Come on, they're not real. Someone was just in here before that called me a killer. You know? Well, it would be a compliment if they spelt it with an A at the end instead of an ER. Killer. You know? But they didn't. They used the ER. It was an insult. It was an attack. An attack on me. Exactly. What did I do? What did I do? Yeah, let's all make lists. What am I looking for? This one. Okay. I think we're getting into a good spot. I don't know. So you can see, like, when I line it up like that, it's a kind of a little bit off, a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to fix, just the way it's sitting. What are those two things you can never eat for breakfast? I haven't heard this one. Thanks for the follow. Is this a joke? I'm not good at jokes. I'm terrible. Spell it differently. You have to talk in code on the old Dicky Doc. Okay, I think I like it with a little bit of an open draw. I still have to do the lip line though anyway. I think it's sort of okay. I'll make it a bit thinner. Can always add more if it's too thin. Can I see the yawning cat or the lines? The yawning cat. Maybe a little. I have to do the pause on it, but I'm getting Siamese kitten vibes from it. So I think I'm going to do a blue point Siamese for this one. But yeah, I think I'm getting Siamese kitten vibes. They're my chips. What is it that live gives you a trick? I'm so terrible. That lives and dies. I don't know. What are you doing in my house? You're Goldilocks. Get out. Fire. I'm so bad with jokes. All right, it's a fault of mine, all right? There, you got me. Oh, it's okay. Oops. Hello, fellow artist. Hello. What do you make? What are you arting? Have you eaten steak for breakfast? I actually don't really like steak, to be honest. It's one of my least favorite things. You paint. Nice one. You make traditional and digital art as well. Nice one. I dabble in painting, but I don't have much time these days. I will get back to it. I'm not very good though, I don't think. You gasp. Yeah, not a big. I'm actually not really a big meat fan, to be honest. I was vegetarian for a long time, about 12 years or something. Then I had a baby and I needed the sustenance while I was pregnant. So, and now it's too hard. I don't want to make 10 different meals. You're disappointed. Sorry. I like fruit. That's my favorite. Another question. I love clay though. It's fascinating to see a skilled artist. Thank you. You'll have to go. No problem. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? Whatever you want. So yeah. That one time. It's easy once you get the hang of it. But yeah. I ate like a little bit of fish, not much. I suppose you could say pescatarian. But yeah. The hospital was like, no, you need to eat meat. I'm always low in the iron anyway. It was just too hard. You paint and draw and do clay. Nice one. All right, so I need to build up this part a little bit. Probably not too much. See ya. All right, give me 2 seconds. I just want to do a little bit of filming. I'm just going to pause it for a sec. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. All right, now, what we're doing again? Reference image, so I reckon. How are all of you? I mean, I'm good. So, I reckon that's too tall. Just going to push this down a little bit. It's too thick. Too much clay for my liking. They're poor quality there, really. You just need to worry about like proteins, really, like beans and eggs, yogurt, all that sort of shit. When I started eating meat again, though, it literally tasted like rotting flesh. It's so weird. It's so weird. It was disgusting. Especially pork. That I still can't. If it's really porky, I still can't. I can't do it. But like things like beef, it just tasted like the smell of rotting flesh. It's really weird. was like one of the most disgusting things. Ugh. You spent 1 week eating nothing but eggs. I suppose you can go through stages of like egg stages. Sometimes you can just be like, nah, can't handle eggs. I'm really liking the way this is turning out. To be frank. Another egg, you cannot handle eggs. You had a cheese stage. Does the ice cream stage count as a stage? When I was pregnant, I was really sick for 20 weeks at the start, really sick, like spew all day sick. I could only eat peaches in syrup. Peaches in syrup. That's it. Nothing else would work. And like I had a little bit of heartburn, so I'd have some ice cream. But then I got gestational diabetes, so I couldn't have ice cream or syrups and peaches. So yay, that's cool. Yay for diabetes. That was a fun experience. Cheap cheese. It is expensive. What's with like cheese slices? What the hell? It's like $12 or something for a pack. Especially if you like camembert, that's like out of the question. Fancy cheese. Vegan? Nah, I don't think I could do vegan. It's too hard. I thought I'd give it a crack, but nah, it's too hard. I like my milk, coffees, ice cream, yogurt. Oh, thanks for the roasted. Honey. I am making progress here despite what it looks like. Yeah, look at people. I mean, you can do that anyway, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna, when I do this, I'm gonna put the fabric to here, like my last one. So I sort of getting the vibes. You like my jumper? It's fake, mind you. Tash Peterson and her partner got bankrupt. Sued them for defamation. I don't know who that is. Is that a veganite? Is that what they're called? Really? I have to Google. I don't know that one. I know the people, I don't know the names. The ones that get like a cat and then feed them vegan food, that's weird. Cats are meat. Yeah, okay. Walks into restaurants and insults people. Yeah, I don't know how I haven't heard of anyone. Heard of them. So we need to build a bit up there. She's nothing but a nuisance. If I have to Google, probably know her face. If I saw it, maybe. Maybe. Oh, I can whack bang the restriction. Again, every time. Every time. You have to go, no problem. I'll be on again tomorrow anyway. Doing some more sculpting. See ya. Oh. Sorry, YouTube. What part are you working on? I'm doing a leopard seal. Like so. So this is the leopard seal commission. Just a small one. Completely forgot about YouTube. What? Promotion again? I don't know. Every time. It's so, like, every live I get a promotion restriction. It's really annoying. Same thing every time. I don't know. I have no idea. It's every time I do a live, I get a restriction for promoting a brand. And I keep, like, giving feedback that I'm not. So I don't know if it means, like, maybe it can hear my music or something, or I don't know. Don't know. As soon as I get the restriction, the viewers tank as well. Gotta listen to music. maybe talking about your jump on. Nah, it's like every time. Like the other day, I restarted like 3 times. Again, bang restriction as soon as I start. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's the music. I don't know. I would have thought you can barely hear it. All right, that's looking a bit better. Yeah, but heaps of people have music on. What clay do you use and what's the price? So I use Sculpey Original, and my prices range anywhere from 400-ish to 680-ish US, depending on what it is. So yeah, it can really fluctuate with different types of dolls, basically. Okay, just going to start bulking this area up a little bit. This one's much smaller. A much smaller leopard seal. I think I made that one way too big, my last one. It's relaxing. That's good. The cat's looking good so far. No. Sometimes it can be frustrating. I found that sculpting Frank the Rabbit was kind of frustrating to begin with. I had to walk away from it that first time. All right, so we want I still don't like where this nose is sitting. Frustrating. So I think I'm going to put the eyes in, and then I can work on it some more. So these are the eyes, which I painted up black. And we want the eyes to go about there. Okay, probably about here. Nostrils. So I got my ball tool. And I'm just going to do silicone ink. A bit closer. To do that again. Adidas. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think it's that. You can't see any Adidas. This is Jordan. Oh, I suppose Jordan thing there. For just drinking coffees. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's really annoying. All I could think of is either they're just really strict now with making things like sculpting, or it's the music. I do wear a lot of Adidas though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was that set it off the first, every other time though. I noticed a couple of other TikToks that I've watched, like lives from people. It's going to sound funny, but there's one TikTok I watch in Vietnam. It's like a roast duck shop. They just like chop the roast duck. They had to have their paid partnership thing on there, so I'm assuming maybe it's like the same thing. His nostrils are so small, so it's hard to get the right tool in there. It's a little bit annoying, actually. Yeah, I have to tick that I'm promoting my own brand. Otherwise, it just leaves 2 restrictions on there, which is really weird. So maybe they've just changed their thing. This one actually took a little bit longer for it to flag. you finished the chameleon. I did. I did finish the chameleon. It's up in my shop now. But yes, it was a big task. I'm going to do a Gila monster next, just to, torture myself a little more. Yeah, exactly. But you can't say certain things about America because they flag that. I can't get in here to smooth this out, which is a bit annoying. I was actually thinking of doing this same technique for snake skin. I think it might work. Maybe. Just to make more work for myself if I want to do a snake. But I think it might work. Okay, kind of done the nostrils. I think they look okay. Just clean them up a bit. Did you see that, how they have Star Wars Day, May the 4th? I'm not a Star Wars fan, but did you see that post that the White House posted with that AI generated Trump with the lightsaber? I've never laughed so hard. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But you know what's even funnier is like the thought of someone typing that. I never laugh so hard. It's the thought of someone typing that description into like ChatGPT. Please include 2 bald eagles and an American flag. Thanks for the likes. Okay. I think those nostrils are looking okay. Yeah, you did see that? Yeah, and then the fact that it's like a red saber, which is Empire. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's the wrong color. I'm not into Star Wars, but like, oh my god. I've never laughed so hard in my life. Please include 2 bald eagles and an American flag. Jeez Louise. Hilarious. I think that's looking good. Yeah. You do exactly what I want to do. Are you able to do this? No, I'm not able to do it as my full time, unfortunately. I wish, but I just don't make enough money, to be honest. It's really heavily influenced with social media, and social media is really awful to artists, so your posts don't get shown. So then obviously you don't sell things because nobody sees them. So yeah, it's more a hobby than anything. What am I making again? So this is a leopard seal. Another one. This is a commission though. So I don't know, like it's so bad, right? Shouldn't laugh. Don't be mean. You jerk. Okay, so their eyes are kind of weird positioned. Oh, I think that's the least of their problems. I do want to make a whale shark one day. We'll get there. All right. Okay, we're way off with that. Awfully off with that eye placement. Oh, now he looks angry. Still so far off. Hey, some cows are cute, all right? Don't diss the cows, especially a Highland cow. They're super cute. Um, I think just need to go down a bit more. Oh, thanks for the heart, me. Grass puppies. No problem. Got to head off soon anyway as well. Thanks for the heart, me. All right. Let's do the little eyelid here. Cute. They are. They're kind of cute. Not having the drawer in there throws me off a little bit. I think it's okay. This is a much smaller doll. It sounds cute, but if you didn't know. Yeah, no. They are, well, I suppose bulls as well would be more. Yikes. I feel like sheep are more intimidating. Rams. Alpacas. They're intimidating. They come right up there, right up to your eyes. They're at eye level, you know. Just got a bit of building up to do on this, I think. I forget that, sorry. Don't like that bit. All right, so we got an eyelid. To try and play around with what expression I want this one to have, I think. Angie. Really going for the Angie expressions. Yeah, I think Angie. Okay. I think it's a good spot. Ever made a dinosaur? No, I haven't actually. There's someone else that makes dinosaurs, so I sort of like haven't. But I will in the future. Maybe. I've made dragons. If you want to call that a dinosaur. Oh, T-Rex. I like raptors. Spinosaurus would be cool. stock standard Raptor fan. I think that's just a throwover from Jurassic Park, I think. It's just stuck in there. All right. All right, I think I'm going to have to end it there today. My monitor's going flat, so retrieve the child. Exactly. Chickens are sassy too. They can be. All right, YouTube, that's me for today. I'll be on tomorrow again, 12:30-ish till 2.